My, I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. Ah, 'tis obvious, no? I am an agent, of a sort. Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about as you please. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see. But I suppose that job's over, now you found me out. So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to trouble you any further. Understandable. Still, no harm in asking, was there? Let's get this over with, then.
You there! Halt!
Shit! We're in for it now.
With all likelihood, he is an agent dispatched from Batal. Pray, let us handle the rest. We will hear all he has to say before the week is out. I bid you, wait till then. Report to me if aught catches your eye.
Yes, sir!
Ugh.
We shall see how bold you are in.
This might contain useful information.
Let's have a look then.
Look as long as you please.
Well met. You are come. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the former... most hospitality in all. You know where to find me. This inspires naught but misgivings. Why is everyone always in such a... Well met.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Have you found any of the items we discussed perchance? Do come again.
Well met, sir.
Fancy a look at my wares?
These foreign bows do so intrigue me, but I shall... You would simply give this to me? Oh, that is most generous. I would gladly accept it. You have my gratitude. Fascinating. 'Tis not dissimilar from an elven bow in make, and yet 'tis unlike one in near every respect, such as this bowstring. It looks quite the same, but the tension is altogether different. I suppose that comes from using different materials. Why do you stare? Perhaps you find it absurd that I should marvel so at a bow not of elven make. I suppose I sought inspiration, for I confess I find myself rather lost. My aim has suffered of late, such that my wayward arrows simply will not strike true. The timing could not be more unwelcome, as my skill with a bow is to be put on trial anon. Forgive me. I should not expect you to know of our ways. I speak of the trial of archery, a time-honored elven custom. Every elf undergoes this trial when they reach maturity. Till we succeed, we are not considered to have come of age. I have been training most diligently, yet my skills ne'er seem to take shape. Indeed, I fear my aim has only worsened with each new failing. I grew so vexed with myself that I sought to learn a foreign form of archery rather than master my own people's. Thanks to you, I now have the means to do so, though I dare say I shan't make any headway on my own. Say, would you be willing to give me a demonstration? It might be just what I need to find my aim. Please, sir, you gifted me this bow. I only ask that you show me how to wield it. Many thanks. I'm indebted to you twofold, but this is no place to practice. Would you be so kind as to meet me by the ruins north of Trevo Mine? That's where I train, you see. I'll be able to concentrate on your display of bowmanship much better there. I do hope you'll join me. For now, I shall bid you farewell.
Are you in the market for something in particular? Always a pleasure.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
Welcome to... And quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember... Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
This looks as good a place as any.
I'll have nightmares. I'll need to replenish my stock.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
No idle chatter during missions, sir.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent? And an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Then I shall remain by your side.
Pray, light your lantern, Master. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour.
We must not let down our guard.
I will protect you.
Well done. I grant you roaring flame.
The force fell from the beast as it breathed its last.
I believe yon foe is drawn to the light. We ought to extinguish our lantern, lest we summon it unwittingly.
So close a call offers no solace in victory.
We ought to consider this a lesson. This is what befalls one who lets down their guard. Battle is best avoided here.
Think I'll die for this. Whatever am I to do?
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
No. This battle is ours!
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
No harm shall come to you!
Shall be done. I am here to aid you. Thank you.
We all have our moments.
It seems we have enraged our foes.
Their rage to our advantage.
Understood.
Moment of indecision may spell our doom.
I understand. Take care where you place your feet. Our incline is as light to throw us off balance as 'tis our enemies. I will finish this. Here and our foe has been thrown off balance.
There is no better time to strike.
A focused attack will end this foe. Use these flames to smite our enemies.
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look. Here we go again. You have my protection. I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master.
Another statue? They must have revealed us something new.
Rhyming is good granted we're a creature of our environment.
Grab your weapon and magical weapon.
My here. Figured I ought to thank you somehow.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
You're not going to see me ready.
I cannot fall to flowers. My chances.
Stand up.
I'll teach you.
A campsite lies near here. I remember passing by it on my travels beyond the rift. Shall I guide us to it?
Avoid flame at any cost, Arisen. You have been doused in oil.
We need reinforcements over here.
What a glorious success!
Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Come on!
Go. I'll gather this. It might be of use. I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge. We must not let down our guard. I would never have imagined that a monster like this. Well fought, Arisen.
Fight on! A victory shall be ours!
Be proud. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
The prison has been drenched!
It is broken, and repairing it is beyond our... I am attentive and loyal, and prefer... Very well. I shall return. Use these flames to smite our enemies. Oh, no! Well done, Master.
You scared? You should be. Where do you think you're going, eh?
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
Would anyone care to push?
Careful, Master. We know not what to expect from this enemy. I grant your weapon a magical boon.
Worthy of caution. Lord save our best will do. On my way.
We must rally. Panicking will only play to the enemy's advantage. When enraged, it is the enemy master. I shall hasten to your aid. It is perilous here. Yet I grant you roaring flame.
Thank you.
Best bet is to set it teetering, then wrench it to the ground.
Certainly worth a try.
This should help. Winter's chill holds little sway over this foe. high ground and fighting him in pain.
Would you care for some assistance?
By all means.
Tis of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. To that end, we must travel to Vermin's eastern edge. Methinks I know the general. Shall I show you the way, Master?
You're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
is of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. To that end, we must travel to Vermin's eastern edge. I can guide you to the place, Arisen, or thereabouts.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look.
'Tis rather high. It might be beyond our reach.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
Battle is upon us!
We've little need for a campsite at present.
'Tis enough to make camp only when the need arises.
As a matter of fact, every master I've ever served has favored different tactics. One party I joined because you have my protection.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Formidable, Arisen.
Master, I discovered a treasure chest hereabouts during my last journey beyond the rift. Shall I guide you to it?
quarry shall fall!
Lion. Use these flames to smite our enemies.
Look out, Arisen! We're under attack! Together if we are to seize victory!
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
I see it as a glad thing. We are well poised to supplement each other's strengths. Chickens, Arisen.
Let us not disturb them. The cry of a chicken carries for league.
You there! Are you looking to enter the village? You'd best go elsewhere, friend. What's wrong about this place? There's no business to be had here, that's for sure.
That man just now seems rather on edge. What could he have seen here to inspire such suspicion?
You'd best go elsewhere. There's no business to be had here, that's for sure.
It is rather narrow here. Be on your guard.
Let us proceed with due caution. There's no need to go the long way round, when a shorter route is readily available. Follow me, Master. This should be of use.
Quickly now! Our master beckons.
Understood.
Naught like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Good sleep is the key to a good adventure.
Now here's a surprise.
A splendid discovery.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
What you need of me?
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
Is that who I think it is? Right. Aught you need of me? What brings you?
Aught you need of me?
Well met, sir.
How might I be of service?
Well met, sir.
How might I be of service?
Always a pleasure.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
We've a journey to prepare for after all. We can't afford to cut corners.
Got something for me?
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
'Tis a letter most inscrutable, and I fear 'twill remain as such if we cannot find another piece to this puzzle.
Aught you need of me?
Too much excitement is rarely a good thing.
Ah, you must be the visitor I've heard so much about. Have you some business here in the village? You would know of our village? As you can see, 'tis a simple place, tucked away on the eastern edge of Vermund. Is there aught else I can help you with, sir? Arthur. 'Tis a name unfamiliar to me, I'm afraid. At least, no one by that name lives here, sir. As you like, sir.
This is the inn. We've room to spare if you're looking to spend the night. Of course. Nothing's free in this world. Glad to be of service, sir. Quiet as a mill pond.
The villagers' stares are sharp as daggers. What is their intent, I wonder?
'Tis eerie, but we must needs press on.
No seen you about. You the outsider? My lord spoke of you. Come on, follow me. I've something real nice to show you.
I'm in no mood for a chinwag, thank you.
'Tis a remarkable treasure we've found.
A fitting reward for a rigorous search.
Well met, sir. No doubt you're dazzled by my charms. They all are. Well met, sir.
Yes, master.
I'm not interested.
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
Greetings. I must say I'm impressed by your intuition, sir. You found me out far sooner than most. I trust you are enjoying your sojourn in our fair village. If you have any questions, ask away. I should be glad to aid you. If aught about our humble village seems strange to you, that is easily explained. For 'tis here that thieves are instructed in the skills they require. To begin with, those who wander into the village are evaluated for their potential aptitude. Of course, you are no exception. That you stand here now is proof you were deemed a worthy candidate, which is to say, you have my approval as the Thiefmeister. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? You're curious what I know of you? Quite a bit, I should think. Naturally, I'm not the only one. Our village has its own network of spies and informants, you see, and your title tends to make you stand out among the rumors we collect. You're the second arisen to come to Vermont, and you've allied yourself with Captain Brant against the Queen Regent. In response, she's... Oops. I mustn't say another word. Don't misunderstand. I'm no ally of the Queen Regent. I merely strive to maintain neutrality in political matters. Those who deal in information must ne'er align themselves with a particular power. Such is our village code. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Arthur, you say? I've lived in this village many a year, but I can't say I've heard of someone by that name. My apologies. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Beg pardon? Why would you ask such a thing? A letter? Oh, you've made quite the discovery. Brass means imitating someone in thieves' cant. This letter means to say someone's taken on such a request. Naturally, I can say nothing as to the who or what of the arrangement. I'm sure you understand. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Aye. Take care, then. You, sir, are worthy of inheriting my ultimate technique. Once mastered, 'twill allow you to fell all foes, both minuscule and mighty. Take it, and do with it what you will.
Well done, Arisen. You have acquired a maester's teaching, an important milestone in mastering any vocation.
I shall strive to learn from your example, that I might reach new heights of my own.
We shall await you here, Master.
You made it after all. Guess that means I win. Oi, you lot best pay up. Dear me. You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair I answer any questions weighing on you. Go on. Ask away. Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say a word about one of our jobs. But I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what is. His real name is Dara. He was one of us, once. But he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false arisen, we're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become the next thief maester, but he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during the trial, so the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar in his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Now he gets to sit pretty on the best seat in the kingdom. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind a shred of evidence. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in the lap of luxury after breaking our code. Methinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Here, this should do the trick. Now, as to the Maester's teaching, not sure you'll be able to use it to its fullest potential, but I'll show it to you.
You're the one, then? Fie. I'd hoped I'd not be seeing you here.
Dear me. I'll not take that from you. Huzzah!
I've no more fight left in these
Leave
old
off
bones.
before you earn my spite.
Seems my days are naught but toil.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Can't say prayer ever did much for me.
A reward for our efforts. I expect Captain Brant will know how to put what we've gleaned to good use.
This is, of course. Nothing's free in this world.
Glad to be of service, sir.
We shall remain here.
This is, of course. Nothing's free in this world.
Do stop by again.
A mystic spear hand. What a marvelous vocation.
Our master ascends to heights beyond... our reach. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Well met, sir. How much of your work is like?
It is rather peaceful here, isn't it?
I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies any day. We have found a material.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look. Is that a statue I espy over yonder?
We ought to take a closer look.
My word. Never have I seen such a beast.
If we attack it head on, we are doomed to defeat. Fast and true, and our quarry shall fall!
Was a trial indeed.
'Tis broken, but methinks there is still a way forward here. A campsite lies near here. I remember passing by it on my travels beyond the rift. Shall I guide us to it?
Drop all your friends, and I might just let you live.
We are to retreat, then?
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
Right you are. beyond repair. Here we go again.
Understood.
Focus. The battle continues.
Let my magic launch with elemental boom.
I dare say, we could sell this for a fair amount of gold.
Whether or not we make the sale is for the Arisen to decide.
Concealed passage. 'Twould seem my intuition was right on the mark. The flicker of a shadow, the gleam of an eye, the echo of a footfall. If we hone our senses, no foe shall escape us.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
Now here's a surprise.
A splendid discovery.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Then I shall remain by your side.
Have my protection!
Use these flames to smite our enemies.
That was superb, Arisen! Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in bringing a view.
Let me get that.
Such a magnificent tapestry of stars.
I quite agree.
Are you in need of healing, Arisen?
Battle cannot be avoided. Fight or die.
Understood. I grant your weapon a magical boon.
I expect this would fetch a fair sum at market.
A fitting reward for a rigorous search. In traversing other worlds, I came to know of a treasure chest in this area. Perchance you'd like to see it.
Let us keep this place in mind for when night falls.
I shan't let them harm you.
Once more.
Nicely done.
Think nothing of it.
Never have I encountered such battle.
Now that is
My fate is sealed.
We cannot break it from this side.
really now. Unless I am much mistaken, we have cause to visit a place not far from here.
Perhaps we ought to go there first. What say you, Arisen? Here we are.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Ah, yes. Regarding your pursuer from some days past, as we suspected, he was indeed an agent from Batal. When he learnt of your Majesty's escape, he began inquiring after your movements. 'Tis a glad thing we captured him before matters escalated. As to how he learned your Majesty's location with such ease, I intend to extract the answers from him anon. I shall be sure to inform you when I do. Pray, take this. 'Tis the least I can offer for your Majesty's assistance.
So the agent was of
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your Majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance to that of the false sovereign? I see. If your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. However, I'm afraid this paper alone does not constitute sufficient proof. Ah, but of course. I surmise your Majesty intends to post the bill and invite suspicion. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public eye. Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth till the man resurfaces. And all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizenry will continue to deepen. A clever ploy indeed. I shall attend to this matter personally. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, Your Majesty. Your aid has been invaluable.
So, the false sovereign operates at the behest of Queen Regent Disa. The spider has woven her web rather carefully.
It would seem we've a need to visit the palace. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. I dare not enter the palace, but I would fain escort you to the castle entrance.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Quite the predicament.
This is where I come when life gets...
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
I've more time than I know how to spend. I'm in one place for some decent sleep.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the out... What? You know where to find me. This inspires... Naught but misgivings.
Only care I have.
Time to...
My pack's grown rather heavy.
Lessening our load will help to keep us light on our feet.
Can't wait for the new...
We have arrived. If that is your destination,
You are the Arisen, yes? Follow me!
Slim pickings of late.
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, they will be forced to play my...
Have you heard the news? The new recruits are to be sent out to Melve. Melve, I say. I'm not sure who gave the orders, but I'd like to know what they're thinking.
I wish the Minister would be more careful. He takes the Sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere. There are times when no one stands in what's there at all.
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Oh, perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, it is you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my motives questioned. I did as I saw fit. Need I say more? Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it. Off you go now.
See, my feet always lead me here.
All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
Dare say I could forget all my troubles here.
When does my watch end? Dreadfully, Rhoda's horse goes awry.
I've a niggling feeling I've been...
So many happy voices carried on the wind. What is life without a little spice?
Our first sovereign in decades. At last, we will see the end of the age of proxies. Indeed. The Arisen has always been the mainstay of Vermin. Only they are capable of repelling the dragon.
Have you heard? There's to be more restrictions on goods traded with Batal.
Not so for the Queen Regent.
I'm frightfully busy. No time for idle chatter.
Would that all my days were so tranquil. Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Good food and good sleep make for a healthy mind.
What to do? Know your place.
Such quietude is a blessing.
What brings you here? Greetings. Where was I headed? What to make of this?
This cannot go on. I must try to effect a change.
Silence cultivates.
No more drink for me, lest I be sore on the morrow.
Are a sign that all is well.
much going on.
All my peers seem so much
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
I ought not neglect my duties to the town's but not at the expense of my family.
I've got to focus.
But
Shift
not
only
at
to
the
the
expense of my duty.
I'm sure I can handle this.
Not much going on.
Gotta crack a few skulls if you want to be top dog.
My back's so stiff after a DD2.
I'm sure I can
Couldn't
handle
hurt
this.
to put my feet up a moment.
'Tis good to be reunited.
My whiskers are looking a tad crooked.
Not much going on.
Where to now?
Can't help but talk in a whisper when I'm here.
See anyone you like? We cater to all tastes. You'll
Happiness is a full schedule.
Feel deary. I could use a bit. No one will disturb me here.
I'm not sure what to do with myself today. This is where I can.
Oh, how lovely. I'll have to remember those times.
Tis our duty to see this peace.
Wonder how everyone else. I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
I see our goal has changed. I would not presume to direct our course, but do let me know if you require a guide.
It is not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment.
We shall await you here, Master.
With a ferry stone in hand, we can travel wheresoever we please.
It is not an item to be squandered.
What a delightful breeze.
Nice place to sit and watch the world.
The mixed smell of perfume always makes me queasy.
Off to market I go.
Where to now?
Always the same, day after day. Just how I like it.
That is quite the quandary.
So many happy voices carried on the wind.
All I need's my health, I suppose.
What a delightful breeze.
Wonder if I could have led a better life.
I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
Always the
the same day after day.
Place to
Just
soothe
how
the
I like
spirit.
it. Happiness is a full circle. It's on me to bear what younger shoulders can't. I'll ne'er tire of the tales.
Could have sworn I ought to attend to this.
My whiskers are looking at her.
It ought to be said.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour all you like. You won't
In
find
here.
I've been here the whole time.
Open up!
Open this door right now. We're coming in.
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty. Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check. Lest you forget, these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, as you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phasus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. Come see me in my bordlery, whene'er you're so inclined. I'll instruct my attendants to send you straight to me.
I'm in fine fettle today.
Feels eerie with no one about.
The sky always puts me in a contemplation.
Feels eerie with no one about.
This place is very
A crime committed here will see one confined to jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work.
Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come. If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
This isn't much to go on.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Ah, excellent find. We must rest. though the... I returned safe and sound, and I dare say wiser for my travels. It appears night has fallen while we slept.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Ready to forge on?
Fine spot to take my mind off the place.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
What to do? What to do? Hoy arisen! Say, have you heard about the state of the river? Do you know the river close by the church? Well, it's come to be full of muck and filth and all sorts. That's a problem for the church, as it draws from the river to make holy water. The water's so filthy that it's going to take twice the amount of gold ore to purify it. I was thinking you could help the priests by finding some gold ore. After all, it wouldn't be good for anyone if the church ran out of holy water. I was hoping you'd say that. Thanks ever so much. I'll help too. I'll look for gold ore every place I can think of. Boy, arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet? That's all right.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself? I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
tell is, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms, monsters that wander the world at night.
Yes, of course. I see it now.
Oi, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet? Wow! This'll be plenty, I reckon. Thank you ever so much. Listen, I was talking to the priests, and apparently our troubles aren't over yet. Would you be willing to lend us a hand again, Arisen? Just one more time? Thanks. So, remember how I told you about the river by the church getting all mucky? Well, the grown-ups are saying it's gotten worse. Now lots of people who live nearby are falling sick. The priests have been treating everyone as best they can, but there's nowhere near enough medicine to go round. I want to help them, but I'm not sure what I can do, apart from ask you, that is. Would you bring us some more medicine, Arisen? Oh, thanks, Arisen. What would we do without you? I'll talk to the priests in the meantime, see if there's anything useful I can do.
Now we've need of medicine. We can purchase it at shops, or make some ourselves by combining the ingredients.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived, an unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
I shall gladly aid you if 'tis within my power.
Medicine! 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 Now! Now! Now!
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone?
I know so little of this world, and of myself.
This is a place of prayer. Do keep your voice low.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles. She gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
Pick up every little thing you find, and your pack will soon outweigh you. Well, I know it, yet I cannot seem to resist.
Ah, yes. That sounds familiar.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. This might... be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
With the aid of Sir Kendrick and his helper in locating certain documents, I believe I finally grasp the true nature of this place. 'Twas a royal library that was sealed off by a sovereign of some generations past. In a bid to pass the throne on to his own descendants, this sovereign attempted to consign our kingdom's histories to oblivion. Alas, 'twould seem that, no matter the age, the avarice of those in power is all but guaranteed. Yet 'tis clear it serves them not. Almost laughably so. The sovereign's line ultimately fell to ruin, and now this library, so laboriously sealed, has been discovered. What can we learn from this? Those who make light of history are doomed to be crushed under its heel. Fine timing, sir. Fine timing indeed. I've need of your services, you see. My time in that tenebrous jail has only hastened the deterioration of my eyesight. I stare at the page, but the letters stubbornly refuse to take shape. Yet these old eyes might serve some use if only I could wear the spectacles I had specially made. Alas, they were confiscated at the time of my imprisonment. As I recall, prisoners' possessions are held within the palace storeroom. 'Tis a place to which few have lawful access, as I'm sure you can imagine. Though, as I hear it, masquerades are being held of late. Masquerades with a great many attendees, if you catch my meaning. Should you happen to enter the venue, mayhap you would find an opportunity to liberate my poor spectacles. What say you? Would you consider doing an old man a favor? I am in your debt. With those spectacles in hand, I might actually get through one of my tomes. Pray, infiltrate the venue and find the storeroom. You are my only hope.
Be on your guard. There are innumerable corners where an enemy might conceal themselves here.
Hoy, Arisen! Have you brought any medicine with you? Not yet. Fair enough. Hoy, Arisen! Have you brought... Not yet. Fair enough.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
Right you are. Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
Indeed, you are correct.
Suppose I can finish it tomorrow. I want to go home. Time to go home and write down the date.
I nodded off for a moment there.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Ah, excellent find.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund and his neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melv? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melv.
Phasus. Now there's a name to remember.
As a reward for Your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the coronation. 'Twould seem congratulations are in order. You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that Your Majesty return once you've procured such attire. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet, then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes, even were he to be removed. I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phasus, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty. Thank you.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phasus fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
I know not what to make of this.
roads were safer.
I don't know what to do.
I'm just grateful I get to lead it.
When does my watch end?
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phaesus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phaesus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
That's odd.
Might I beg but a moment of your time? A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
I've no time for you now. Leave me be.
My knees have been acting up lately.
Anyone gives me trouble, they'll taste of steel.
I've not the patience to deal with you just now.
Elena? Ah, yes. The abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once, I saw her, the abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up, and he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected. Given the state of those assembled, I'm sure I was moaning too.
Hoy, Arisen! Have you brought any medicine with you? Now that's just splendid! Oh, thank you, Arisen. This should be plenty. I'll take it to the church straight away.
It's a goodly deed we've done, aiding the sick. I only hope our efforts go a ways toward improving life in the slums.
Right you are.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Johann and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead? You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found... I have noticed that the abbess goes out every night without fail. Perhaps you could wait for her to leave and slip into the basement sick room then. You're back. These look like Johann and Bruno. I recall them being especially... At any rate, they may know all...
'Tis good to see you are well. My days are spent...
Quiet makes me itch to cause a stir.
What did I do? Deserve this.
Stomach's complaining.
Isn't there anything to do round here? I never should have come here.
Haste makes waste, as they say.
So tired. Barely the bin to tie my boots.
No sense straining myself.
I spend my days in quiet reflection.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
What are you doing? Unhand me this instant.
Many thanks for your assistance in this matter. Elena is being questioned as we speak. Though to be frank, sir, I cannot see the matter proceeding any further. What I've heard of the abbess's testimony is little convincing, but I fear the evidence you've procured shan't be sufficient for a formal accusation.
I've been on my feet all day. Such peace, reigned eternal.
Minute now, townspeople depend on me.
I'd sooner stay out of battle where it
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospital. Much obliged. I'm certain there is.
Won't someone do aught about this?
We shall remain here.
Like children at a fair.
My sword arm.
Such quietude is a blessing. I'd sooner stay out of the battle.
Shall we see how Harve village fares of late, Master? Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged. Master. My heart knows no greater peace than when I am by your side.
Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk.
I'm in fine. What should I get up to today?
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?